Hello, nice to see you in the middle of the week. I thought I'd sneak in another midweek message outside while I still can. I don't know how you're feeling after all the events of the last couple of weeks, after the Queen's funeral and all that's been going on. You might be glad it's all over. You might be feeling some sadness still, or maybe it's triggered some grief for you over someone that you've lost, however recently. And on top of all that, term is starting, life groups are starting, Alpha is starting, kids and youth groups are starting, events in SMC are beginning again, and we've got a welcome lunch this Sunday. How do we balance all that needs to be done and all the good things that are happening and the fact that life does somehow have to carry on with all the things that we're feeling and that we're carrying? No simple answers. But I did find one answer in Annabelle's excellent talk on Sunday evening. Do listen to it if you missed it on Sunday. She was talking about worship and how it doesn't necessarily change the things, but it changes our attitude towards the things. It helps us keep our focus on God, whether we're at work, at school, with family, on holiday, or any of the groups that are starting. So I thought for our midweek message today, we'd just read the reading that Annabelle was speaking from on Sunday, and that's Psalm 95, and we would simply worship through it. Now, I don't know where you are or what you're doing or who you're with as you listen to this, so feel free to worship as appropriate as long as you're worshipping. It doesn't matter to me how you do it, but let's focus on God wherever we are, whoever we're with, and whatever that might look like. Psalm 95, but a slightly different version of it. It's a poem inspired by Psalm 95 from this book of Psalm-inspired poems by Malcolm Geet, which Tom introduced us to a little while ago. This poem is called Venite Exultamus, which just means come, let's worship. For equal rights and justice, cry out loud. Then come before God's presence and be glad, and harden not your hearts. Do not be proud, but kneel before your Maker, for he made you for himself and also for each other, to share his good gifts equally. Our God is everyone's salvation, and our Father is Lord and Father equally to all. Let us rejoice before him. Let him gather the scattered tribes and nations back from all the corners of the earth, and also from the wilderness of willfulness. His call to bring our lives and our whole world to him resounds in all of us. Could we but hear, our Saviour, King and Shepherd calls us home. Let's continue to worship during our weeks and as we meet together on Sunday to worship again. Have a good week and see you soon.